freetrumpbook.com. Get your copy today.
It's so great. What a great start for a child to learn. And I also want to let everybody know, please tell your friends and family about RSBN. I did that before I worked here. I would call my parents, I swear, true story, and I'd say, Mom, turn on RSBN. She'd say, how do I find it? How do I find it? And I'd say, put the app on your phone or go to YouTube and go to the RSBN page. We're also on Android, on Roku, on Apple, on Google. You can find us in so many places, on Rumble. So just go to the RSBN page. You'll be able to find the entire Truth Social as well. I am on Instagram and on RSBN not on RSBN, excuse me, at Truth Social and Instagram. It's hot. At Instagram at Nick Stanz, NIKSTANZ. I'd love to talk to you, interact with you. We love to hear from the people of America.
Also, if you're struggling with back taxes or unified returns, and the IRS, as you know, they're escalating collections. They added more agents this year, more than ever. Get the experts with over 14 years of experience. Tax Network USA. They've saved their clients over $1 billion in back taxes.
They negotiate,
and they have the ability to negotiate, and they'll prevent the IRC seizures and manage your yearly returns for ongoing compliance. 1-800-357-1415 or visit tnusa.com/RSBN.
Wow, that timing, an airplane just came in over. This is amazing. Sorry, the timing of the airplanes, the sun,
that felt
everything.
Like a Trump
that was amazing.
flyover, which was pretty incredible.
Yes.
So now you're getting the real classics. You got Louis Armstrong right now. I don't know what's going to happen, how he's going to make his entrance. Is he here already? It looks like he is.
There's a whole barrage of people coming in.
Yes.
And just real quick, for those who are watching, to be able to get in on all the tax relief, what do they need to do to get in on the tax relief?
Tax relief, you have to visit that website.
Yes. I just want to remember, because I know people were asking.
We'll get that in 1 second.
We have a lot of information and a lot of heat and a lot of sun.
So all right, so for the tax relief, 1-800-357-14. Kid that has over 8 till November. Dr. Peter McCullough has been preaching the importance of early intervention and treatment since 2020. Early treatment is paramount, and self-reliance over your health is paramount to combating any illness. So get that kit, the eKit Wellness Company, and use our promo code RSBN at Make Care Great Again, which is available at checkout to save. And kits are only available in the good old US of A.
Perfect. By the way, I've been to many rallies, as have you. This is one of the nicest setups I have ever seen. The way they have everyone on the risers with the video above them, so you can really get a close-up look at what's going on stage, and even in these videos. It's really beautiful. The optics tonight are probably one of my favorite that I've seen. What do you think?
Truly, I mean, greatagain.com. You can't get any better. South Florida over the summer, Miami, Doral, it's picturesque.
What a wonderful world.
So get that kit, the eKit Wellness Company, and use our promo code RSBN at greatagain.com. The president's lawyer, Alina to save. Kits are only available in Mike Lindell, Byron Donalds, Marco Rubio.
Oh boy, somebody's coming to the stage.
Good old US of A.
I think they're setting it up.
The next president of the United States.
This is the moment. They're setting up their microphone. They're making sure it's at the right height. They're making sure the prompters are all good. Not that he needs them, because he half the time doesn't use them. But he's getting ready. Oh, here we go. This is it. This song was the best.
And obviously, it was funny because, you know, Don Jr. talked about how Joe Biden needs someone basically to carry him onto stage in order to get anywhere. I mean, the guy is so feeble, so weak. it's such a sharp contrast with President Trump, who's the picture of strength, health, stamina, fitness. The best that there is. So
and everyone here it's interesting. You're seeing Cubans, you're seeing people from Israel, you're seeing people from Venezuela, you're seeing people from the Dominican Republic, everywhere, really all over.
Right.
And of course across the USA. And speaking of the USA, the agenda for America First is super important right now.
It truly is. We went over a few of those policies before the children spoke. Just go through them really quick, rapid fire. Seal the border, carry out the largest deportation. By the way, these are the Agenda 47 policies. Make America energy dominant. Largest tax cuts ever for workers and no tax on tips. Defend our Constitution, including the Bill of Rights and our fundamental freedoms. Prevent World War III. I mean, that's a big one. We got to prevent World War III.
It's around the corner,
peace in Europe and the Middle East. End the weaponization of the Justice Department. That also is a huge one. And Eric just a little while ago talks about how important that is. $500 million they fined the Trump family. Meanwhile, Boeing got fined a fraction of that for far worse. For far worse. I mean, the
deaths.
Organization.
Actual deaths.
Didn't even do anything. There's negligence and fraud with Boeing.
And the banks wanted to continue to do business with him, by the way.
Horrible. Stop the migrant crisis or the migrant crime epidemic. Rebuild our cities and strengthen and modernize our military. Keep the U.S. dollar as the reserve currency of the world. Fight and protect Social Security and preserve Medicare with no cuts at all. Cancel the electric vehicle mandate, which is destroying our vehicles, our combustion engines, and our traditional manufacturing industry. Cut federal funding, keep men out of women's sports, deport pro-Hamas radicals, secure our elections, and unite our country by bringing it to new and record levels of success.
Logical to me.
That's what you're voting for.
Logic.
And that, I mean, it's logic, it's common sense compared to doom, destruction, despair, and weakness. You're getting the America First agenda.
That's what it is.
And it's the best
you
agenda
can see,
there is.
Look at this crowd. We're going to part ways for just a moment so you can just take a look. I want you to see this crowd. They're all ready. Their hands are up.
Right here.
They're ready to celebrate America. And that's what we're doing tonight. We're celebrating America.
We are celebrating America.
Yeah. That's it. And you know, this agenda that you just read to me, it wouldn't matter where I was from. It wouldn't matter what my political choices or background was. Those all sound logical. They sound common sense. And that's what we want. And we're getting closer and closer. It'll be any minute now. Any minute now. Woo! It's getting hot again.
It's getting hot again. But to keep you cool, get 1775. They make, you know, you can make an iced coffee with that as well. Keep you energized, keep you ready to go. Choose 1775 coffee by going to 1775coffee.com/RSBN and use code RSBN for 10% off your first order. That's 1775coffee.com/RSBN. Great business. They'll never donate to far left radicals. They'll uphold the First Amendment. That's 1775 Coffee.
Nobody wants crappy coffee.
Nobody wants crappy coffee. And that's the best coffee you can get.
Yes.
And last but not least, my favorite, the Birch Gold.
We love Birch Gold.
You want to take this one?
We need Birch Gold in our lives. We absolutely do. And you know, with the massive hit that we saw to the U.S. dollar from Saudi Arabia, we have to remember the importance of seeing less demand for the dollar requires us to start to turn to Birch Gold Group. So please think about this, because for over 20 years, Americans needed to protect their savings by converting an IRA or 401k into an IRA into physical gold. And you can do that too. To learn more, text the word Trump to 989898. Once again, that word, I think it's Trump, to 989898. And when you buy from Birch Gold during the month of July, for every $5,000 you purchase, they'll include a silver bar featuring the American flag for free. So protect your savings with gold. Get your free American flag silver bars before the dollar plunges any further. Text Trump to 989898 today.
Trump to 989898. And last plug, text RSBN to 801-801 to make a contribution to this network for wall-to-wall coverage of every Trump event all throughout this election season.
So I don't know if you noticed, but maybe you can see. I don't know if you guys can see if we step away a little bit. Behind the screens, there's people, all new people that weren't there before, which tells me Secret Service is making their way towards the stage. And that's always a good sign that we're about minutes away from
That means all the special guests are here. Perhaps President Trump is here. We don't know when he's going to quite arrive, but it's going to be minutes, maybe seconds from now. Nikki, what are you most excited to hear from tonight?
Oh my gosh! Well, an announcement maybe. I don't know.
It seems like we might. I was a little doubtful in the beginning of the day, but I'm getting a little more confident as the night goes on. Between seeing Marco Rubio, Byron Donalds, that email. Will President Trump announce his VP?
This could be the moment.
See.
This could be not yet. Almost. The anticipation is killing me.
It's like
the anticipation is a killer. But Secret Service have made their way closer to the front, from what I gather. They just adjusted President Trump's microphone. The prompters are in place. That tells this energy in the crowd. People making their way to their seats if they've walked away for a snack. Behind us, I will tell you what's going on since you can't see it. Behind us, there are several tents, and in these tents, you have merchandise that people are buying. You have Trump t-shirts, Trump wristbands, Trump sweatshirts, hats, all of it. And then you also have concession stands with water and snacks. And then you also have I would say, an incredible overflow of people that couldn't get to the front. This is just the front rows, guys. In the back, I mean, I'm trying to see. I can't even see the end.
On for miles, as they say.
I can't see the end of it.
Lining out, they had to shut the doors because of too many people.
You can't shut the door to the golf club.
Everyone's here, flooding through. The merchandise, as you said, the MAGA hats seem to get better and better and better with every single rally. Just even like over the past month, they roll out new hats by the week, by the day almost. Party atmosphere. People are pumped to see President 45, President 47. He's done so much for the American people. As he always says, they're not after me, they're after you.
Yes.
I'm just standing in the way. I'm the only one standing in the way.
And that's why he's so selfless, as we talked about. And you know what I think, as we wrap this up before we get to see President Trump, I want to say that and tell me if you felt the same, one of my takeaways from today, my biggest takeaway from the interviews that we had today, was that there are several people here who are immigrants and support President Trump because they came here legally and they wanted to escape communism and they wanted to come to a free country and see a different world. And they're starting to fear that they're seeing patterns that they saw in their own countries that they fled here in America. And it's frightening to them. It's terrifying. And having Trump back in office could be the answer that they all seek. And I believe that, to me, was the overriding theme of our interviews today.
That's exactly true. With the community of, especially a lot of Cubans and Venezuelans who've experienced communism under Castro, who've experienced socialism firsthand. We spoke to a woman in her 70s a little earlier this morning. This afternoon, and you know, she said she's afraid to see this country. It's not about her anymore in her generation. She's afraid about, if we continue on this current trajectory, what type of country we shall be handing off to our children and grandchildren. Luckily, we know the formula for success. We know the formula to right the ship. As Mike Lindell said earlier today, this is a great awakening of the American spirit, of our religion, of God, putting God as the center of our lives, of Christianity, and hopefully, you know, it will kickstart a movement that will last many generations to come, to preserve our Bill of Rights, to preserve our fundamental freedoms, to preserve our First Amendment right to speak, and send all the enemies of the Republic for the hills, because that's what we need to see. And
I love seeing the dancers, by the way. I don't know if you guys, I don't know, Will, if you can get some of these dancers. There's some dancing girls in the crowd. They're having some fun. They're having a good time.
Watching the crowd is almost as entertaining than seeing the speakers on the stage. I mean, these people are great.
A lot of happy people.
A lot of happy people.
Working it out.
We love you. We love you. It's about love. It's about a great family movement right here.
Listen, no shame. Nobody's self-conscious. Everybody's like, let's just have some fun. We're Americans. This is what America's all about.
That's 100 degrees.
Literally 100 degrees.
We're having fun and we're excited to see.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, it's funny. All of our wonderful volunteers. I love this lady over here. She's one of the volunteers. Such a sweetheart. So many people, you know, my mom brought something up to me. She said, think of all the people that came here today simply to volunteer their time. They just wanted to be here because they love President Trump. And this is a moment in history they'll never, ever forget.
They won't.
And it's about to happen. We are literally minutes away. I know I've been saying that, but it's happening. I can see the police presence now. The golf carts are driving away. Who knows what that means? But this is the thing. When I see President Trump's family here, I get very excited because, you know, they're so close and they're such a loyal, classy, hardworking family of patriots, and they're here on this hot day too, just like we all are. They're here, they're ready for a good time. And President Trump, my mom says, well, wait a minute, when he gets up on the stage, does he have air conditioning? She didn't actually say it like that.
Well,
she
the wind is picking up a little.
She just said, is he out there in the heat like all of you in that suit when he comes out? I said, he always is. He doesn't care. Nothing, I always say, nothing can stop him. He's all the way up.
You're right. No, and also what you're saying is so true about his family. We saw Don Jr.'s three children up there.
Yeah.
And, you know, for them to go through this is an unforgettable experience. These are memories for them, especially his youngest daughter, that I'm sure will last a lifetime, and that will inspire them, you know, many, many decades. They'll be sharing these stories with their own grandchildren at some point many years from now.
Incredible.
It's just great. It's always great to see the whole family together supporting their father.
Yes.
I saw Eric, as he said, at the courthouse.
Yep.
5 weeks he was there in the ice box. You know, President Trump was sitting in the ice box. He called it the ice box because they had the AC blasting.
Much not like today.
This is the opposite of that.
Hey,
so if you're watching President Trump, this is not an ice box you're getting this evening.
No. I wanted to say something, Paul, on that note. I'm glad you just said that because I meant to tell everybody. Paul and I and Matthew, who's in studio, Matthew Alvarez, we were supposed to be in New York this week, not in Florida. We were actually booked in hotels, ready to go for the sentencing on the 11th.
That's true.
And it got canceled, as you all know. There was a case and an example of a case that just is falling apart, as we knew it would, because God is watching. And when you really look at the breakdown of that case, first of all, there's a lot to say. I won't waste our time on that because we're getting ready for President Trump. But I will say this. It is a godsend that it was canceled when it was, based on the decision of the Supreme Court for immunity for a president. And because of it, he's here, and he'll be in Pennsylvania on Saturday. I will be there with Vanessa Broussard.
So, you know, if he's in a rally near your neighborhood, be sure to take your family there.
It's amazing.
Be sure to tell everyone you know to vote once election season begins. Bring them all to the polls.
No excuse not to.
No excuse not to. Make sure yourself is registered and you vote first, and then tell all the people you know to vote as well.
Yes.
So important.
It's so important. And you know what else is important is to remember that we are all in this together. All of us. Republicans, Democrats, Independents. We're in this together for America. And if we all want all of the things that you just read off, peace, security, safety, get informed about all the policies. Watch the entirety of these rallies. Watch the entire speech. If you see a blurb, an edited clip on another network from President Trump, go back and watch the full speech so that you can get the full context, because in just the last 2 weeks, we saw several conspiracy theories debunked, including him saying things about Wisconsin having too much crime, and then they changed it to he didn't like Wisconsin. And then they said, you know, he said it's the Proud Boys and they're good people. No, he didn't. He said they should be condemned and that white supremacy should be condemned, but there's always good people and bad people people on every side of everything, which is a very different statement than what was told to us for many years. So I implore you, for your own good and for the good of your friends and family, listen to all sides, listen to the start to the finish, and listen to the full statements and stories in their full context so that they don't get taken out of context and misjudged.
So they're playing, it's a man's world now. I know that's one of the president's favorites. James Brown and Pavarotti, the great Pavarotti.
Yes.
So, I think that's a good sign that he will almost be on the stage. I know we've been saying that now for like 10 minutes.
Like
but President Trump likes to keep us waiting at the edge of our seats, which, that goes, he's a great statesman, he's a great leader, but he's also a great showman.
He's a showman.
He's a showman.
For sure.
And,
the greatest showman.
And these are the greatest shows. You can't get better entertainment than these Trump rallies. One last time on social media, I'm Paul Ingrassia. Follow me on X at Paul Ingrassia, True Social at Paul Ingrassia, and on Instagram, Paul Ingrassia 513. Follow us for behind-the-scenes content from today's rally, and we'll be covering rallies all season long.
Yes, and I am at Nick Stans on Instagram and on Truth Social, NIKSTANZ. We'd love to hear from you, and I think it's a pretty special time to be an American and to be a part of a movement and to be a part of an election campaign and a season. And I always say, no matter what happens, we are giving 100% to our nation by supporting an America First agenda, and we are fortunately to be a part, even if it's just a small part, a part of American history. I'm very proud of that. Very proud.
Definitely. We thank you, our loyal listeners and viewers. We've met so many people here who have been watching RSBN from the early days, going back years now. And we thank you for your commitment. We thank you for staying with us all throughout the day. We have the big show, the biggest show of the day, the grand finale coming up in a few short minutes. But we thank you for bearing with us today with the heat.
The sweat, the hair, all of it.
The hair, the sweat. But listen, I wouldn't trade it for the world, because
me neither.
This experience you wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Where else would you rather be than here right now on the Press Riser covering
the view? I'm going to tell you this, friends. Honestly, Paul is right. You really need to just take a moment. I don't know if we can see the view. I don't know. But I will tell you, I'll post a photo. The view that we have, it's priceless. And it's like, it warms your heart when you see the water and the palm trees and the people and the flags flying and the planes flying. It's riveting, honestly. And it's a blessing to be a part of this moment. Yes, it's hot. Yes, it's all of those things. But like you said, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Right, exactly. President Trump's face will be on Mount Rushmore. I know it. They haven't added a fifth president. I mean, listen, it's George Washington, Teddy Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, and it's going to soon be Donald Trump added to that list.
Amazing.
And listen, there's a little space on there. They need to put his face on there, because he is the greatest president of our lifetime. He is the greatest president of this country's history, because he is the man who's going to take this country back on its feet and bring us to heights like never before.
So well said. So true.
It's going to be the fifth man on Mount Rushmore. Washington, Lincoln, Roosevelt.
I believe, I'm not getting word yet, but I believe we are
Thomas Jefferson.
There's more Secret Service coming in now. I'm going to step away and see if we can look at the crowd for a second as I take a little sip of water just to hydrate. Everyone's writing in. Make sure you guys hydrate, so we will.
It's energetic. The electricity is through the roof. It's amazing.
To come here live. copyright reasons, we're not allowed to let the music play for a certain period of time unless we talk over it, or else we get canceled. Hello, welcome to Biden's America. So in this life that we're living right now, we have to be very careful. And in all honesty, it's fair.
We wish we could show you guys.
But copyright is copyright.
We have to talk over it.
But if you come here in person, you can listen all you want.
This. Go on YouTube if you want to listen to the Trump playlist.
Yeah.
If you don't know this already, I think there might be even a playlist on Spotify, the Trump rally playlist. You can listen to the songs, play them alongside the broadcast, open another tab, and you can get all the great hits that President Trump plays at his rally. He knew a lot of these guys in person too.
Freddie Mercury right now on the soundtrack.
But, he knew Michael Jackson. He knew James Brown, I believe. He knew Pavarotti, I'm sure. He knows Ellen John. He had the chance. He lived a rock star life before.
They loved him. He is the rock star to them.
He's a man. He's the Renaissance man of our time. Business, politics, celebrity. He's a showman. He was a reality TV star. Social media guru, basically.
Yes.
He's the king of Twitter.
All of it.
And he's started up his own tech company. So, listen, the guy's done everything.
I wonder if you can see I don't know if they can see the screen. Is that...
I think they could have.
Will, are they able to see the screen? I don't know. Right now, this is the Live Aid video
from
playing.
1985 in London, I believe it was.
This was one of the most monumental, talk about concerts with history. Freddie Mercury, in one of his last performances, doing Bohemian Rhapsody, blowing a kiss to his mother from the crowd. It was magical. And so, we'd love to just stop and say, we've been talking for 9 hours. We don't mind talking.
Play the whole video too, because usually sometimes they don't play the.
No, they play the whole thing. But we can't do that because it's called copyright. So please understand and accept our apology on behalf of all of us at RSBN. We get it. We love you. We want to play the music, but we can only do so much without getting copyright issues, and we don't want to leave YouTube or all these places where you get to watch us. So in order for us to continue to let you watch us, we have to do this. Meanwhile, let's see what's about to happen. Oh, not yet. The golf carts are coming in.
Yeah, we're seeing. I don't know if it's captured on camera, but we're seeing these golf carts come from the Doral main headquarters over there to the rally. So
let's show them dancing, though. We can show that.
Coming on, riding on that golf cart.
Will, you can see all the crowd dancing, right? They're all dancing, having a good time, shaking their booties, doing their thing.
Yeah, I don't mean to talk over
good.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we'll film the crowd again. They're dancing, they're rocking, they're rolling, and
they're all having fun. They're waving to the cameras.
The president usually rides in the golf carts in his white polo, his golf shirt. But I think he might be in a suit this time. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if he wears a tie or not tonight. But
we don't know.
Seems like the microphone is all set up. The stage is all ready to go to see the president speak.
We never know what we're going to expect, but we know one thing.
The snake poem.
What?
Do you think he'll read the snake poem again?
Oh, there might be a snake reading tonight. We might hear the snake. He loves the snake. He loves that because it really represents an example of what's happening over at the border.
Crossing. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I see another group of people coming in from behind. When you see them coming in from the back, that means they're coming over usually from actually the hotel where Trump and his family are. And it's getting very busy over in that corner for VIPs. They come out of, I believe, a little tent area that I do believe might be air conditioned. And they come on out and they get ready. President Trump often runs late for one reason and one reason only. He's talking to the people. He's talking to his donors. He's talking to different people in the from Congress, from the administrations, and he's having picture moments, photo opportunities, because people love to meet him, and he never likes to cut people off, and that's why he sometimes takes a little longer, because he's giving his time to these people to make sure that they feel like their time is well spent, which I appreciate.
What do you think? Do you think the president, maybe he's wrapping up dinner? I don't know if he eats dinner before the rally or after the rally, but I know there's a wonderful BLT Prime in this Doral luxury building right here, this hotel. So maybe he's enjoying a steak.
That's very possible, but I know he loves his crowds. He wouldn't keep them waiting for food.
I'm kidding.
But he will always sometimes say, you know, I had a hot dog before I got on stage. I can't believe the price. Melania told me to stop spending so much money. I mean, it's funny because even someone in President Trump's position understands the truth and recognizes what it means to have to spend too much money to afford day-to-day life, and he wants to change that for all of us.
Yeah. And I highly recommend this golf course. If you're a golfer, if you're in South Florida, really if you come from anywhere in the country, Eric Trump is not exaggerating when he said this is one of the most, if not the most beautiful golf course in the world.
Yes.
And listen, the only ones that might be better are the other Trump properties, the other Trump golf courses. I think, you know, you compare all the Trump golf courses, they're neck and neck. But, you know, these are the best, most luxurious, most beautiful courses in the world. And honestly, the family has all worked together, put their minds all together to build this up from the swamp. They've turned the swamp into a great, beautiful experience.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I did just get an update that potentially, let's see, hold on, let me double check. Something about, okay, it looks like the ETA might be 7:45, but I think it's possible that he could be sooner because I'm seeing all of these people coming in right now, and it's making me think he could start a little sooner. I hope he does, because they've been here a long time waiting, and they're so proud to be here, and I know they don't want to have to wait too long. I know that. They're excited. Some of these people, including us, have been here since 9 a.m.
All right, so Trump posted on True Social this, will I announce my VP in 90 minutes?
What?
So he posted it on, from what I see, from his True Social page. So if that's the case,
I got the chills just now. I got the chills. They're multiplying.
I was saying, you know, as the day went on, I was getting more and more confident that he might be doing this. This is a pretty good sign, I think.
Wait, can you get a close-up of that? Can you show that?
Can we get this? Will I announce my VP in 90 minutes? This was posted, don't worry, it wasn't posted just now. It was posted a little while ago. We'll get that.
Not 90 minutes.
So, there you go. You got it, Will? Shout out again to Will. He's doing a fantastic job. But listen, if that's the case, that would mean the VP is here. So who do we have here? You said Vivek was in Colorado.
Vivek is in Colorado. I believe we know Byron is here. We know Marco Rubio is here.
Yes.
We've got his Florida people here. We don't know if he has Tim Scott with him. We don't know if Doug Burgum is with him. We don't know.
We don't know. I mean, he could be with an entourage.
Maybe Ron DeSantis is with him, for all we know.
He could be with a lot of secret special guests, which I expect he might be.
Maybe Tucker Carlson is with him. I mean,
actually, you never know. You don't know.
We just don't know. Oh, by the way, you guys can't see this, but we're looking out. So there's these little clouds.